The guy just took a shower and forgot to turn off the tap. But when the water flooded, the whole heaven exploded. There was an unprecedented flood. All the gods used their power to stop it. But the flood was too strong. The immortals ran out of energy. They had no choice but to ask the three great masters to help. Soon the golden dragon and the phoenix approached Taoist Sancheng and told him about the flood in heaven. At that moment, the three pristine ones realized he must have forgotten to turn off the tap in the shower. It turns out that the boy's real identity is the late emperor of heaven. But in his last life, after refining the heavenly court, he was greatly injured. He sealed his memories, so he had no choice but to put the heavenly court in the backyard. And for many years, he thought he was an ordinary person. It was only then that he remembered that he had forgotten to turn off the tap. He thought that the backyard was his grandpa's favorite place. Now that it's flooded, he won't be spared. So he packed his bags and went out to escape the storm. The golden dragon and the phoenix, they tried to stop him, but they were instantly knocked back by the boy's mighty pressure. And when grandpa turned off the tap, after dealing with the flood in heaven, the boy had already disappeared without a trace. In order to prevent this brat from causing trouble on earth, the three Qing Taoist ancestors asked the golden dragon and the phoenix to keep an eye on him and report back if there was anything wrong. It was his first time in a big city. He wanted to find a job with free food and accommodation, but he found a marriage certificate in his bag. He thought he'd be able to have a soft meal. He took out his mobile phone and was ready to take a ride. But he realized that he had taken his grandpa's mobile phone in a hurry, just when he was about to see if there was any money in his mobile phone. But the screen showed a big gold lock. Without thinking, he unlocked it. Who knows that the next second, the sky suddenly changed and thunder and lightning struck. He never thought that this golden lock is the lock that controls the heaven. Once the lock was opened, the gods and fairies in the sky would be free to go down to the world. Then he found a strange chat group in his mobile phone. He opened it. All sorts of gods and goddesses were chatting under different names. They said that a big devil almost flooded the heavenly court. He thought it was a bunch of senile dementia. All he cared about was whether he had any money in his mobile phone. He opened his wallet and saw that he had no money. There are over 900 billion merit coins. However, he didn't know what it was for. With no money in his wallet, he had no choice but to go to the land temple to borrow some money for his meal. At the same time, two luxury cars arrived at the entrance of the temple and two girls with legs of 1.8 meters came down from the cars. They are the two young ladies of the Zhang family. The purpose of their visit is to ask for merit. The young man doesn't care about first come, first served. He reached for the money in the merit box, but the beauty stopped him. The beauty said, "Taking without telling is stealing. You can't take the money from the landlord." The phoenix and the golden dragon said that my young master is taking money from the landmaster. It's for the face of the landmaster. He wouldn't dare not to give it to him. At that moment, Grandfather Land appeared. He was furious when his merit box was smashed to pieces. He knew that this box was worth 100 merits, which is 100 gold bricks in worldly money. When they heard that it was so expensive, they quickly said that these gold bricks were meant to be exchanged for merit. They asked the land god to take them. Then they hurriedly left the place. But the young man was in a terrible situation. The land god was going to plant a slave seal on his soul to make him his slave. At that moment, the landlord's mobile phone rang. He opened it. He found out that he was the devil who flooded heaven. He was so scared that he fell to his knees and begged for his life. He was also confused. He said he just came to borrow money. Why did he have to do such a big favor? Then he took 100 yuan and left. Then he came to John's house to propose marriage. But when he saw the real face of the two sisters, he realized that they were his fiancées at the temple today. The elder sister looked at the marriage certificate and said she was willing to marry him according to her ancestors' wish. But the younger sister refused. She said he's just a hick, and he has no money to steal from the land god. Even the old Taijun of the Jiang family refused to recognize him. She threw him a coin and told him to get lost. Everyone was shocked to see this coin, but the young man was dumbfounded. He asked why he was surprised. "Isn't this a coin? Who uses coins in the 21st century?" The sister mocked. "I knew you hadn't seen the world. It's called merit money. It's only used by descendants of immortals. This little bit of merit is worth $10,000. The other guests also explained to the young man that the whole world, how many people can't even ask for a little merit? The Zhang family just gave it to a country bumpkin. The man took out his mobile phone and looked at it, wondering if it was really worth that much. Sister also patiently said yes. Only the descendants of immortals and respected families can store merit. Even our Zhang family, which has been passed down for thousands of years, only has a few tens of thousands of merits. The man said incredulously, "But this merit I have 900 billion said he picked up his mobile phone to let everyone see. Everyone was very surprised. One of them also exclaimed. Roar said 900 billion. That is an infinite amount of merit. The man in the suit directly said that this kid is not ordinary. He's got so much merit. The old lady said the ancestor of my family, Jiang Zia, was a golden immortal in heaven. Before he ascended, he only left 10,000 merits to our family. But you have 900 billion. Are you a descendant of the heavenly emperor? The younger sister called out to the old lady and continued to taunt the man, stating that you all believe the man when he says he has 900 billion merits. The old lady didn't understand what her second granddaughter meant. My sister said if he really had so many merit coins, would he still be living in the countryside for the rest of his life? She continued to lead others to mock the man. Look at what he's wearing. I'm afraid it's not even worth as much as the food on the table.